Hello, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Okay, let us go. Let's go. Let's go. Good evening, everybody in the house. Good evening, team. So, who do we have? We have Afsar, Shenu, Kavita, Prasanna, Lakshmi, Durgesh, Vinay. Okay, we will be getting started in a minute. Okay, let's hold on. Let's hold on. Hmm. Okay, so let's get going. It's already 9:02. We will be consistent with our timings. Okay. Uh, so first of all, very good to see that as part of today morning, we have around 22 of you who were really consistent, who attended, and who has logged the attendance as well. Okay. So really high regards to all the people, first of all, who made it possible today early in the morning, push themselves up, and 6 a.m. we were there right here available to learn, to grow, and do something different. Okay. And pretty great stuff. I would highly like appreciate each one of you. Different people might have different comfort level towards it. Thoda logo ko maybe a bit painful also might have happened, but good to see you pushing yourself on the day one of making this journey happen. Okay. So very great in that. um First of all, yes, I would already like to say, like, okay, who were the guys? So Akhila, next. Okay, 6 second. So I have the attendance with me right now. So yes, we had Akhila, we had Shenu, we have Kavita, Vinay, Shruti, Nigar, Afsar, Durgesh, Ashish, Prasanna, Shamshad, Durgesh, the second one, Preetam, Lakshmi, Animesh, Ajit, Divesh, Pooja, Lakshman का दो हो गया क्या? नहीं, ऊपर वाला Lakshmi. So this is Lakshman, Mamta, and Amulya. Okay. So all of you guys, good stuff seeing you making it for the first day as part of our morning journey. And as part of today, we are going to touch some very important topics, guys. Okay. Honestly speaking, every session is important, every topic is important. Okay. Because this is something which is really must and should for our lives, but somewhere it is not very commonly taught or discussed or implemented. So that's where every session is going to be a valuable one. Now, एक एक करके let's start understanding. Okay, the main topic for today is people start with the things, but they are not able to finish. Okay. And you need to understand one thing, ki, yes, we are all into this career transformation where we have our dreams right now. We need to grow our career to the next level. We need to get a job. We need to get the next promotion or a better hike, whatever your desires are. But know it, ke, that is part of the way you live your entire life. Okay. And you cannot fix only one aspect of your life, let's say career, and your entire other life is messed up. It's not possible. You are a person who plays different roles in your life. You could be an employee for somebody, a brother to somebody, a sister to somebody, a daughter or a son to somebody. In future, you'll become parents to somebody. You will be like having relationships with so many people, right? So you as a person in one, but you have so many other links in the world. The similar manner in your real life identity, you are one. You have your career to be taken care of, you have your family to be taken care of, friends to be taken care of, and all these other relationships of your life. You need to understand, you cannot keep fixing each one of it. It's not practically possible. You will always be exhausted. If you try only to fix your career and you're not caring about other, it will not work out. What is a practical solution? Thoda, if you think logical, you will be able to draw the same conclusions. The practical solution will be, you are one person having 24 hours properly. If you can manage yourself well, all of the things of your life will get sorted. With less efforts, more results will be coming, more satisfaction will be coming to your life if you fix yourself rather than trying to deal with one-on-one things. Okay. And your career, what we are discussing, is all going to be wrapped up as part of this template of life that we are trying to install. This morning routines, systems there, in the evening some systems, weekend some systems, planning review, productivity. And dhire dhire you will start seeing, you will evolve as a full-fledged personality, and which will be giving you a pretty bigger results at whatever you do. The career becomes one part of it, but in your entire life you will be always satisfied and in a better position compared to multiple other people. Okay. Now let's get on with the things. As part of today, we are going to touch one very important topic, which is really required for accomplishing results, goals in every aspect of your life, whether it is personal aspect, career aspect, growth, any form. And that is one which majority of people struggle with. And it is key, we start with the things, but we are not able to finish it. Okay. Newer resolutions, we decide, we start with it, we don't stick with it long enough. Somehow this habit of consistency is becoming tough for everybody, majority of the people. We are not able to stay consistent, and life in a long run is all about consistent results. If you are consistent, there are authors, great scholars of the past who have given these conclusions ki, you will win every race that you run if you are just more consistent than others. Okay. You will win every race that you are running if you're just more consistent than others. You need to understand, in your entire life, sometimes you will be successful, sometimes you will have failures. All of these are ups and downs of life, it always happen. But as long as you are consistent, you're not stopping, you're not giving up, in a long run, always you will become successful. The reason for that is, okay, you will keep growing with every learning, every failure that you encounter. And if you're putting efforts, in a long run, if you are consistent, nature is designed like that, okay, we will become successful. But this is where the problem is coming with a human being, ki people are not able to stick with consistency. Okay. And you can analyze maybe for you or maybe for your surroundings, but majority of the people are getting into this. So as part of today, we are going to debug it, break it down, try to understand it, and even try to discuss the system and solution, how consistency will work and how can you really be consistent at anything that you want. And few of those techniques and systems we are already following. I did not tell you, but as part of life transformation itself, in the system itself, I have applied a few things by which consistency starts building up, kind of. Okay. So we will be discussing all of those things as well. So ek ek karke samajhte hain. Okay, let's get started. We have two very primary major things everybody of us have, you, me, everyone, all the human beings, which is our mind and our body. Okay. So our mind and our body, these are the two major things which we possess. Okay. Now you need to understand how a human being operates. Okay, this is very important stuff. Listen every single statement with focus, guys. Very important stuff. What has happened is, both your mind and the body is designed to learn based upon repetition. Initially, when we are all born like newborn babies, it's formatted, it's clean, it doesn't know what's possible, what's not possible. It's an empty mind and it's a newbie body, not learned anything of life. Okay. Now what happens next is, whatever is repeated continuously in your mind and in your body, these two things keep learning that. Okay. For example, whatever thoughts are circling in your mind, those thoughts could be generated by your family members, by your friends, by your surroundings, by anybody, and by your own self. Whatever thoughts you repeat consistently, those things are all getting memorized in your mind. This is how a human being operates. As a child, you did not have even a thinking power, what to say, what not to say. In 2 years, you learned the language, you started speaking the language. So the brain is designed just to grasp, learn whatever is being repeated. Okay, you all are examples of that itself. So our brain is designed like that. Thoughts, whichever thoughts gets repeated continuously, okay, our brain will be memorizing that. Okay, similarly, similarly, whatever actions you perform repeatedly, your body will be memorizing that. For example, you're typing on keyboard, so you type it so frequently. If you're typing a lot, without even thinking, you can type everything without looking at the keyboard, because your fingers have memorized that pattern. You're riding a two-wheeler, four-wheeler, all of a sudden something happens. You don't have to consciously think about abhi brake karna hai, clutch karna hai. If you are doing it daily, it's a pattern, because you repeat driving so many times. So it is very natural. Even in a conversation, all of a sudden if something happens on the road, your mechanism, your body mechanism takes care of itself. Brake dalenge, clutch karenge, accelerator, something, something. And it is designed as a safety mechanism. Okay. Why? Because human being brain is so powerful, it can focus on so many things at the same time. So these things, somewhat central nervous system starts driving by itself. Okay. Now just understand simple stuff. Whatever you will repeat in your life, your mind and the body will learn it. And guys, what is about learning and practice? Whatever you practice, you become good in that. Whatever you repeat, you become good in that. And if you try to do something against that, it will become tough, right? So if your brain has learned some thoughts, you're trying to change the thoughts all of a sudden. The brain will be like, 99% of the time I think like this. Now 1% you're telling me something else. The brain does not adjust with this new thought process. Similarly, your body also does the same. Are always you're driving the vehicle like this only. All of a sudden you want to change. It's not possible that easily. So your body will also become uncomfortable. Why? Because they are running based upon pre-trained patterns. And that's where, guys, if you go to a different country where there is a India में अपनी लेफ्ट हैंड ड्राइव है, वहाँ लेफ्ट साइड रोड पे ड्राइविंग है, वहाँ पे अलग हो जाता है. It becomes confusing for people because throughout their life their mind and the body is trained for a different drive. All of a sudden rules are changing, it becomes very tough for them. So you need to understand, whatever thoughts gets repeated long enough, our brain learns that. And whatever actions your body perform long enough, your body also learns that. And if you try to change it, it is tough. And that's the reason new year resolutions are failing. That's the reason people start with something. Chalo, let's start a gym. But after 3 weeks, they are not going to gym anymore. Let's start reading a book. But after 1 month, they are not reading books anymore. The reason is this: okay, we are not able to train our mind and the body long enough to accept this new change into the life, because your old version has never read book. Both from your mind and your body, you're not habituated to that model of book learning, and so your mind and the body doesn't change, and you just leave it up in like 2 3 weeks, and that's where you're not able to do it. You need to understand, it's a human being's problem. It's not your problem or my problem. Everybody is like this. Even great successful people are also like this. But they know these things, they know how to overcome, and then they do that together. That's how they are able to accomplish that consistency layer. And average people are not able to do it. And then they draw conclusion, or it's very hard, it's not possible for me, and blah blah blah. They will justify it with 1,000 reasons. And then they will even stop trying it and like, hey, I tried it so many times, it's not working. Now let me give up. Right? This is how an average mind just loses on opportunities. Okay. So thoda so far clear, guys? It's important. Okay. You will need to understand ki you want a job right now. A point will come. There have been many people like in WhatsApp, they ask queries, in Facebook, they ask queries. They ask this thing, okay, job is important and I want my job, and I'm like training and all that. I'm doing the classes, but somewhere I'm not able to practice it. As soon as sit in front of laptop for practicing, within 15 minutes I feel like closing and playing some game also, like, or going out, hang out with friends. I'm not able to put focused work. I'm feeling more lazy, and I know job getting is important. My family needs it. Now, what is happening? Understand, these problems will happen for everybody. Focus is getting disturbed because you're training your mind and the body, or you have already trained your mind and the body for other things. For example, those people who play a lot of games on these gadgets, they have played it so much that now, if you want to change that, your mind and the body resist that change. That's where, because you have trained that pattern to your mind and the body. Understand, okay, whatever you repeat, you're training your system for that. And anything you want to change, it's not possible. It is tough. And that's the reason resolutions are failing. Okay. Now you need to understand ki if good things are trained to your mind and body, then no problem. But if bad things are taught, things like wasting time, things like negative beliefs, like I cannot do it, life is tough, everything is problematic, success is meant for only great rich people, we are always going to be like this, my life is always painful. If you need to now look at your entire life, what is your thought process, what is your family's thought process, how does the people around you think, because those are the patterns which are running in your mind right now, and changing that will be tough. Okay, changing that will be tough because for past 25 years that thought process is running in your mind. Next, whatever you're consuming on social media, those thought processes are running in the mind. Changing that will be tough. You need to understand, we are training ourselves every single day for a different kind of life. Whatever you consume, it will learn that. There was this author in the last century came up with a very nice quote: we are the sum total of 5 people that we spend our time with. Okay, nothing but, at that time technology was not there, so they were interacting with human beings. So what he said is, whatever human beings you interact with, you will become like them. Nothing but in terms of your thinking, in terms of your actions. In the current times, whatever, not just people, but software, social media, technology around, okay, whatever information channels you're consuming on internet, on blogs, on news, on people, on your WhatsApps, whatever information you consume, you will become like that. You need to understand, if you're feeding too much of belief skill, this world is filled with hate, people don't care about each other, everybody's selfish, if you keep feeding that to your mind, you will believe in that. Guys, that might not be the reality. There is another part of the world which is a very beautiful world, kind people, caring people, all the realities exist. But if you expose only negative thoughts to your mind, you will become negative. So understand, it's in your hands to protect your life. Your brain, your body is very innocent. उनको पता नहीं है. They do not know whether you're feeding them right content or wrong content, whether you're doing the right habits or wrong habits. They are just very innocent, powerful systems. Whatever you repeat, they will follow that. And that is where, guys, you are responsible for your life. You cannot blame it on others, because you made decision that I will watch this, I will do this, and then you trained your mind to think like this. So if you doubt yourself, yeah, I am not capable, my life is problematic, I will give up, I will quit, others get opportunity, I do not get opportunity, is very tough, I cannot wake up in the morning, I cannot echo think like great people, life is always challenging for me, everybody else becomes successful, I am not becoming. If you run these negative thoughts long enough, you are training, you're teaching your mind to think like that. And then the mind is powerful, it will make sure that it remembers everything. And now, guys, if you have trained yourself to negativity, no matter what you do in your life, you will not get results. because the mind thinks negative. Even if you want, it cannot see opportunities, it cannot grasp opportunities. And that's where people say, oh, success is not meant for us, because they are not able to see it. But understand root causes, we trained ourselves to be like that. That's where we don't see. Similarly with the body. Okay, there was this nice a real life incident, okay, almost happened a few decades ago. I read across it in some nice magazine or some article, and it was ki ek bande ka surgery happened. Okay, so some internal organ was transplanted from one guy to another guy. Okay, so कुछ accident हो गया था and something was damaged, so one internal organ was transferred from one person to another person. And you know what was the end result? He, let's say, to whichever person the organ was transferred, after his treatment, everything was okay, surgery, everything successful. He went back to home. He started liking a different quality of food. Okay, let's say उसको chicken fry बहुत अच्छा लगता था. Okay, so the person from which that organ was transferred, he actually liked, example बोल रहा हूँ, chicken fry. ठीक है, shawarma पकड़ लो, vegetarians के लिए veg shawarma पकड़ लो, veg हलीम भी आने लगा है, तो whatever you want. But the person from whom this organ was transferred, that organ also had its own memory. कि I like this kind of a food. And when this organ was transferred to another person, the same craving the organ also triggered. You need to understand that even your internal organs are storing that memory. That's how powerful a human system is. And in one of a book, people even broke it down. Ki organs se zyada they went internally, and then they finally said every atom which composes our body has this memory power, which learns, which remembers. And that's the reason our lives are not changing. That's the reason change is tough. That's the reason people start, they do not finish, because they are fighting against the internal trained system. It is all trained for something else. You're trying to do something else. They will be like, Arey, 1-2% kya hai? Chhod dena bhai. Do what you have been doing all throughout your life. Your mind and the body will start fighting against you, because you trained it first of all like that, by not protecting what to consume, what to see, and what actions to perform. You chose to sleep every day in the morning, late, aram se. You chose that I will act lazily. I want to lie in front of television and spend 3 hours in watching TV. You chose that I will spend 1-2 hours on social media daily. It was your choices. And then your equipments, your mind and the body learned it. And now, if you are trying to change, they will be like, come on, we are so comfortable with this. Why are you changing it? And they will not allow that change to happen. And here you will get in your own loop. And then 10 years will go away, 20 years will go away. And the struggle of life is for real. All the ups and downs will start coming up, and you'll be like, Arey, our life is not going the way it is supposed to be. And what did I do out of my life? And all those things will come crashing down. Okay, so understand. So 25 minutes, we explained you the core problem why people are not consistent is because they have trained their mind and the body for some other patterns. Whatever you are doing, your lifestyle, for those patterns, if you try to change it, they have repeated the old pattern so many times, they do not allow change. And after 2-3 weeks, you stop following up, and then they roll you back to the older life and happy. Chala gaya. Okay, that's the reason people are not consistent. Now the thing, okay, now the thing, okay, bhai, how to break this? If this is every human being's problem, how to then break this thing? And it's possible. Okay, so had it been not possible, आज दुनिया तो गई होती पूरी की पूरी. Okay, because nobody is by birth sensible, and we learn over our period of life experience. So it's possible to change, but you need to learn something how to do it and all that. Okay, now let's understand the system of change. Okay, how can we change? Okay, देखो, know it कि whenever you are installing a new habit in your life, the initial time is the time where actual tough resistance will come by your mind and the body. initial phase. Okay, you need to be very stick with it. Okay, no, I will do it at any cost. I will not compromise on my habit in the initial phase. Okay, it basically happens different people. It depends completely upon your past wiring of your mind body. It will depend upon that key how long it will take to install a new habit. Some people say 21 days are sufficient. Some people say 60 days. Some people say 90 days. Some people say 160 days. Nothing but they say for big time habits, even it takes six months for installation. Okay. Some people say one year tak karna padega. It depends upon how much old patterns are tight. And that's where it is said ki, to teach a newborn baby, it is easy. Why? Because usko kuch nahi aata hai. He can learn things easily. But if somebody, and that's why I guess this quote is also there, right? Okay, your glass is already full. I cannot teach you. First, you need to empty your vessel, and then new knowledge can be poured in. That's what it is. You need to empty your old patterns, then only new will come. Otherwise, it's not possible. Now, know it. Now, let's discuss about solutions. Okay, what to do and how you have to take care of your life, every decision that you take. Okay, there are two primary ways, two systems. If you follow that, you will be able to stay consistent. Okay, one system is fixed time interval system. The second one is piggybacking system. Okay, maybe using some references, I have come up with these own terminologies, but kuch to. But yeah, this is what I have just named it: fixed time based system, and another one is piggyback system. Okay, now fixed time based system, just understand key we have 24 hours. That means it's a pattern. Every day, starting from 0, reaching to 24, resetting back to 0. It's a cycle of time. Okay? Somehow, our human pattern is designed in a manner we operate in a cyclic terms. Nature actually is cyclic. Somewhere I was reading this research where this observation conclusions came. The entire universe operates in a cyclic rhythm, nothing but rotation, revolution, your heartbeats, okay, day and the night patterns, and the seasons, everything runs in repetition. It's a pattern which the entire universe follows. Okay, planets around sun, solar system around the galaxy, everything is running in a cyclic movement. It repeats. So somewhere it is easy for a human being to adapt to fixed time pattern. Nothing but, let's say you want to do a new habit. You decide every day I will do that habit at fixed time. So right now what we are doing is we are deciding a fixed time daily 9 p.m. we will do it. Now we decided another fixed time daily morning 6 a.m. we will be doing it. Like this, whatever habits you want to install, let's say going to gym or reading a new book or doing a skill set on Udemy, whatever these habits could be, you need to fix one time that at this time only I will be performing these habits. Fixed time. And usko kabhi change mat kar. One of the problem with many people is sometimes they do a habit at X time, sometimes they do it at Y time. You need to understand your mind and the body is trained for an older pattern. If you want to make this habit permanent, you need to teach your mind and the body for a different pattern. And fixed time is one way of giving this pattern to yourself. What will start happening? Every day, let's say you decide at 11 a.m. I will do some X amount of habit. Then what will happen? Day one, when you do that, day one is always possible. Today morning 6 a.m. was day one. You guys somehow pushed yourself and like, chalo, naya beginning karte hai, right? You came. But as you go forward, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, why we are taking this is because it will all be now impacting you. So awareness of this today's session is important. Tomorrow when you wake up, your mind will say, or if for entire life you did not do it, yesterday was fine first day, why do you want to do it tomorrow also? Let's sleep today now. Your mind will do that to you. Your body will be like, let's sleep relaxed. Morning time is so comfortable, blanket को ऊपर लेते, AC on करके आराम से उठते 8 बजे. And then mind will again bother you. My friends are not doing, what am I like different here? let me relax na, dekh lenge life mein jo hoga, we will see whatever happens. Guys, you need to understand these are all the thoughts which are running in your mind, and it is trying to pull you back. It is trying to pull you down. It is trying to pull you, roll you back to the older version. And if you keep always listening to these inner voices, you will never be able to grow. And that's where there are these sayings, ke, you are your worst enemy. There is another quote which says, the biggest battle is not outside, the biggest battle is with yourself, because you are sufficient to fail yourself. It's not required for the world to come and defeat you. You self sufficiently can lose, because your mind and the body will backfire you. So understand, guys, very powerful tools, but if it works against you, you will never be able to grow in your life. I'm just speaking the truth. This is what will happen. Don't take it bad, but that's the reality. And you need to change it. You need to be aware of it. You need to change it. Now, how do we change? Let's go back to the solutions. First, fix time. You fixed one time, and now what will happen is every single day when you do that habit at that time, you're training your mind and you're training your body daily in this 24 hours pattern. At this time, I do this. Initially, they will resist, but then you have to keep pushing yourself. No matter what happens, I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it, without even one day break in between. And then, they can learn, your mind and the body. When you do these patterns long enough, they will be like, initially, no, no, no. But after that, they will say, okay, so this is something new this guy is trying to do. Let's see what it is. So this resistance, this friction slowly will start decreasing. And majority of the people in these beginning days, when this resistance is too much high, there itself they give up. And it might take these 3-4 weeks of the beginning time to actually overcome this internal initial resistance. So just understand, initially the tough battle will happen between mind and the body. They'll be like, don't do it. Why are you doing? Entire life you did not do. Why now? Why now? Why now? Nobody is doing it. All the reasons will come which will pull you back, because your mind and the body does not like change. They are comfortable with themselves. But if that is where in the beginning time, your willpower, your motivation, those things are really required to push yourself, to demand more from yourself. You need to push it like that. Okay. Now, day one, day two, and that's where in the morning today we said we will apply this technique of day counter. That is another technique. Whenever you are consistent, start maintaining a counter and start holding yourself responsible. Today was my day one, then my day two, then my day three. So then that's a trigger कि अरे यार strike ये break नहीं होनी चाहिए. This thing should not break in between. The rhythm should not stop, otherwise I'll go back to zero. So that kind of internal push will build momentum. So steps, guys, something like this. Fixed time process. Step number one, identify one fixed time when you will repeat a habit. Step number two, okay, use your willpower to perform that habit every single day at the same time. Willpower. Okay. Step number three, maintain daily counters. Maintain daily counters. Yo, day 5 done, day 10 done, day 15 done. So don't let any break come in between. By that way, slowly your mind and the body will be learning the new pattern. If you stop before this new pattern is installed in your life, changes will not happen. And guys, with this life transformation, career transformation, we're installing all big life changing habits. If you are just aware of it, nothing will change in your life. Even if you do actions for these 28 days, but after that you leave, you will be rolled back to your older life. And I know that will happen. That's where I'm saying, that's where there are people in this group since past 4 months consistent, 6 months consistent, 8 months consistent. Why? Because they are looking at the next 50 years of their life. यार train करना है. I lived a life like 25 years in a different pattern. Now I want to install a new pattern. So it will become possible. So that's the next step. Daily make counters. Okay. Next technique you can say, okay, accountability. Next technique is accountability. Nothing but if you doing it alone is always tough. But when you do it with others, there are two people, then both of them support each other, push each other to make it happen. And that is where, guys, somehow with our week one, week two, somehow we are all connected. You guys are showing responsibly, okay, we want to do it. We are tracking the attendance. I am expecting you to join every single day. You are expecting that I should come live every single day. We both are accountable to one another. And that is where is the next system. If more than one people, if you do it alone, it will not become permanent because you are not accountable for anybody. Even if you sleep, nothing is going to happen, right? But when there is expectation ki Preetam bahut has raha hai right now, when there is expectation, Preetam bhai kal subah 6 a.m. we have to come. Now Preetam will be, our Tausif is waiting for me 6 a.m. Aana padega. Our brain, our human mind somehow works like that. When others are expecting something from us, na, we want to do it more. We are not self-committed, but we are more committed to others. This is really, you guys have to research more about this. This is how majority of the brain works. It's a natural process within us. If your parents are expecting something, you do it for your parents. Your teachers expecting something, you do it for them. But when it comes to you, we don't do it. And that's the reason bad habits we all acquire, because we are not holding accountability for anybody. We waste our life, we waste our time because we are not answerable for anyone. By my life, but the point is, that's where the problem is. So that's the next technique. Build a system of accountability. Don't do it alone. Engage with people or groups like what we are trying to do, so that we can hold each other responsible and push it. And one of the thing, guys, I'm telling you, yes, I don't like to wake up every day in the morning, even though I know it is required. But that's where, because now when I say tomorrow morning 6 a.m. we will meet, I cannot back out from my word. It is a must and should for me to wake up and join, because I have given a word to you. And even let's say from all the group, even if two people come in or even one person come in, I am responsible for that person because I told, okay, I will come. And if I don't show up, I'm on the losing side. So that makes me responsible. Similarly, if you give commitment, by tomorrow we will come, and then I am expecting, we are looking at the attendance, we are tracking it, okay, who is missing the days and now. So everything is coming out of the system, and then accountability is the next technique. Okay. Next, next. So step by step, guys, we are writing all the techniques. The next is, you need to build a system which will trigger you to take actions for this habit. Okay. Next thing is, build a system which will trigger you to take actions. For example, simply let's say 9 a.m. or 6 a.m. or let's say 11 a.m. you want to do a new habit. Set up a simple mobile alarm on a daily repeated manner. Guys, it's very important because there are so many things happening in your life. If you keep things in your mind, you tomorrow's 11 a.m. I am going to do this. Maybe you will even forget about it, and then later you will realize ki, oh, that time is gone, I'll do it some other time, and it will not become a pattern. So you need to set up a mobile alarm. Let's say it rings at 10:55 a.m. And as soon as it rings 10:55, you leave everything that you're doing and you go for this action. That's how your commitments should be there for the habits which you want to install. You cannot say like, okay, 5 minutes later. It will not be tolerated. Hold your standards high. Push yourself more, hold your standards high. That's how you will succeed. When you keep success as your priority, when you keep growth as your priority, when you are not ready to compromise no matter what reason. Okay. It might be like your friends called you for a party. No, not possible. I cannot come today. Then you give another time. This is how successful people do. They control their time. They say, oh, this time I am a bit occupied. Can we do it 3 hours later? Can we do it over weekend? If you plan your time, you will be able to make decisions what to do, when to do. It's very important. Okay. Guys, don't get carried away the way the world wants you to run. They don't want anything out of your life. They don't want your success. They don't even want their own success, but it will screw up your time. So prioritize your success on top of any other thing, because this is what will be required for you in a long run. 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. After that, we all will be dying one day. And during that time, we should have a smile on our face. I lived my life fully. No regrets, no complaints. I did everything that I wanted to do. I installed all the habit. I had all the adventures. I learned a lot. I helped the society. I grew. My family grew. And I am ready to leave the planet with a smile on my face. Okay. That's how should be your exit from the planet. Accept the truth. Work towards it always. Okay. That's how you will be more happy and satisfied with life. But if you're wasting your time, if you're allowing others to manipulate your time, results will not come. Okay, fine. Let's get back. Let's get back. So step-by-step system. So accountability ho gaya. Okay. And after accountability, the next action is alarm triggers, a trigger system. Okay. And the week 3, we are going to build full-fledged systems for installing these habits. And tomorrow we are going to discuss more habits of successful people. Okay. And we will be taking that as well. And tomorrow morning, 6 to 7. Right now, so today we did only 2 things. We did day planning, we did pranayams, but there are a lot of habits. I don't want to burden you on the day one with everything. So gradually, one by one, we will consume and it will become faster. You will realize by the end of 4 weeks, within like 45 minutes, we'll be able to do everything. Okay. So pranayam kya 2-3 minute rehte. Today it was more explanation, but tomorrow, but within 20 minutes, pranayam done. Let's take new habit. So every single day in the morning, we will install more and more new habits followed by successful people. Tomorrow evening session will be more focused about more great habits followed by successful people, and then we will install them also in our life. And week 3 is going to be all about installing all of these habits into our life using this consistency system which we are discussing today. So everything is practical. You just come with a motivation ki bhai I want to do it. Okay, fine. So far done. Okay, so far a trigger system ho gaya, alarm reminders, and as soon as the alarm rings, you have to go, prioritizing it on top of any other thing. Don't let it not happen, because even gaps in between, your mind and the body will not make it a pattern. And if it is not becoming a pattern, you will anyways not be able to do it in the long run. Just understand, everything is logical. So if you want to train them, stick with the pattern. Follow it long enough, they will accept it. And they will learn this new thing and they will push you to continue it. Now, this is interesting. Okay, just take 2 minutes to understand. If you train your mind and the body to do this habit, good habit, long term, then what is going to happen is after 6 months, if you don't want to do it, your mind and the body will be say, chalo, gym chalte. They will push you for success. That's the reason those people who are going to gym since 5 years, they will not be comfortable not to go to gym. Something will go wrong internally. Ke bhai, Arey yaar, I'm not gymming out. This is something wrong. If there are people who are waking up early in the morning, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., all of a sudden you tell them ki bhai, no, not required. The mind and the body will not allow that to happen also. So guys, mind body is very innocent. It depends upon what you train them to do. If you train them for bad habits, they will fight you back. If you train them for success habits, they will encourage you to more success. And that's the reason successful people are becoming even more successful, because they are helpless. Even if they want to fail, they cannot fail because their mind and the body thinks different. And that's the reason rich gets richer, poor gets poorer, because that's the pattern which the mind and the body has absorbed. Realize what's going on in the world, realize what's going on within your system, so you will be able to master it. Ho gaya? Next habit was, next technique was trigger system. The fifth technique comes, or whatever is the count, the next technique comes like, you need to develop a reward or a punishment system. The mind learns like that. If there is a reward, if there is a win kind of excitement, you will really like to do something. So the next system comes is reward or punishment. Reward or punishment. So like this, with life transformation, with this program, we try to do, okay, week by week, if you are consistent, we are setting up a win that only quality people, filtered people will be able to go to the next layer. So there is a chase. Your mind is like, oh, I have to do it if I want to grow further in my life. So there is a reward with it. Punishment तो automatically हो जाएगा कि you will not be able to take the further benefit. Here your mind will say, अरे it's fine, the entire life I did not do. What's the big deal if I 2 weeks not doing it? Your mind will say that. But the point is, it is not realizing ke what it is missing. So punishment ke uspe make it more suffering for you. You decide what to do. Make it a painful experience if you don't do it, because your mind will run away from pain and go towards pleasure. So reward and punishment will really work out nicely, and this is how fixed base system will work. Okay, so guys, everybody, let's take a couple of minutes. Let's write this down, and then I think you can publish it on LinkedIn as well. Saath mein ho jayega. Okay, chalo, let's write it. Okay, developing a fixed based fixed time based consistency system. Okay, developing fixed time based consistency system. You can convert it into your own words and publish it on LinkedIn, but this is the core understanding. Okay, fixed time based consistency system. Okay, one, identify one point, identify one fixed time, identify one fixed time in 24 hours pattern for performing your new habit. Identify one fixed time in 24 hours pattern for performing this new habit. Okay. Step 2, daily same time, repeat the habit without fail. It should be on time, daily same time, on time, repeat the habit without fail. Required है तो इसको underline में करो, because if second step fails, you start having gaps in your pattern. You will not train your mind and the body, and फिर no matter gaps में करोगे तो it will never become a habit. It will always be painful experience for you. ठीक है? So second important. Third, okay, maintain counters. Maintain counters for everyday progress. Maintain counters for everyday progress. Okay. Next point, develop a system of accountability. Develop a system of accountability, and then continue the statement. Doing it alone is tough. Doing it alone is tough. So pair up with somebody and perform it together. Doing it alone is tough. So pair up with somebody and perform. Guys, this will be required all throughout your life, because always new habits needs to be installed. Bad habits needs to be dropped from the life. Success habits needs to be installed in the life. So this could be your rule book. Okay, what are your principles of life? You can just have this. Okay, this is how I live life. Okay. Next, develop system which triggers you to take action on the selected time. Develop a system which triggers you to take action on the selected time. Okay, you can just write mobile alarms or Google Calendar, or you can say that के you can tell to your mother कि रोज सुबह आके पानी का ग्लास डाल देना मेरे सर पे. Anything, it's a system, and she will just do it, and you'll wake up. It's just a habit. So anything, okay, develop a system which triggers you to take action. Okay, fine. Next, develop a reward or a punishment system. Develop a reward or a punishment system. And देखो guys, yeah, So this is it basically. Important thing you need to understand, even if you do all this thing, but there will always be like, अरे I don't want to do all this. That might just come from inside. अरे है सब कुछ है but नहीं करना है भाई, मेरे को टाइम पास ही करना है. I just want to waste my time. Guys, in such cases, nobody can come and save you. If you want to be on the losing side in your life, and if you don't have this fire from inside, I want to become big, I want to become successful, if it is not coming from inside you, it's not going to come from outside. That's where I am very privileged to have all of you here with the week to year, because I know that right now you have this burning desire in you. Ki, bhai, I want to learn and grow. I am just an external force there. But if within you that spark doesn't come, that I want to learn, let me tell you, nobody can save you. Right now, you are growing, you are learning because you want to do it. So I would always say, let this fire be burning. This growth hungerness should always be there. Then only you will learn and apply and win basically. Okay. So always have this. So just write down this last statement, maybe in bold. Always have the burning desire of success in you. That's it. It's the ultimate thing. If you have that, you will figure out, you will follow the systems, you will push over your painful times. And if you don't have this burning desire, no system of the world is going to work on you. Okay, so have the burning desire to become successful. Okay, fine. This is what it is. Let me quickly share the attendance for today. And again, reminding guys, today is Wednesday. Okay, and to already we have done like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning, Wednesday evening. Tomorrow is Thursday morning. 4 sessions are already done. Tomorrow is Thursday morning. Then we will draw the snap. Whoever has attended 4 or more session, all of them will become eligible for week 3. And they have to do some contribution to the society in the next coming 3-4 days. ठीक है. Rest of the people continue with the session. ऐसे नहीं कि मैं qualify हो गया अभी मैं chill करता हूँ. Don't do that. It's going to get even more valuable. We still have Thursdays and Fridays to do. So make it happen. And tomorrow during the day, we will figure out who are all these eligible people. And week 3 में, like I am already telling, एक level और ऊपर जाएगा. ठीक है. So you will slowly open up. Week 3 and week 4 का ऐसा है कि your confidence level should open up, your nervousness should go down, थोड़ा boldness should come up, these habits should become more stronger in you and more like एक level ऊपर चलेगा. Okay, so tough रहेगा, but we will together do it. This is what it is. Fine. So meanwhile, I'm sharing the attendance. So get busy with both the activities, publishing your learnings on LinkedIn and filling up these attendance. So just publish it, tag me over there, and so I'm constantly on a daily basis going to LinkedIn, checking your thought process, reading your thought process. एक बार तो ऐसे हुआ था कि somebody just copied pasted किसी और का thought process. Okay. I even saw that कि किसी और का as it is word to word copied pasted, and I'm like, अरे इसने तो यही बोला, ये भी वो बोल रहा है. Okay, I'm like, okay, posted but copied pasted. ठीक है. So put it in your own words, have your own variation, because that shows your thinking. Okay. Fine. So continue with posting. Meanwhile, I'm also sharing the attendance link, everyone. Let's go. Okay, here's the link. Send link. And guys, since today day you understood about habits, so that's where make a commitment to yourself, not just these 28 days. You should do this for even next month, a month after that. So slowly and steadily, your old patterns will become loose and new patterns will start forming. And then you continue long enough, slowly and steadily, your full life will start changing. And that's where transition, this transition from old to new is required some stage at your life. The sooner you do it, the lesser the resistance will be. ज्यादा टाइम लगाओगे तो उतना और वायरिंग टफ रहेगा. It will take more time in future. ठीक है. Fine. In chat, I am pasting the attendance for today. Code is, let's make it simple, 1111, and this is the link. It's 4 minutes for winding up. And tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., push yourself. whatever we heard today, push yourself. Your mind and the body fights back, you fight it back. Ki bhai, I want to succeed now. You belong to me. I am dominating here. I want to wake up. So just wake up. Doesn't matter what happens. Tomorrow evening, we'll speak about the sleep habits and all that. So if some of you guys might feel a bit tired today, lazy or sleepy today, tomorrow we'll discuss about the sleeping pattern also. Okay. Okay. So chalo, let's continue with these things. Let me see who all have marked the attendance so far. Arey, yesterday was 1111 only, kya? Oh, today morning we gave 1111 only. That's the tragedy. याद नहीं रहा मेरे को. Okay. But yes, I have the timestamp. So I'm just checking the color combination. So whenever you mark the attendance, I get the timestamp. So we have Akhila is done, Shruti done, Vinay done, Shenu done, Kavita done, Nigar done. Okay. Prasanna, Ashish, Shamshad, Pritam, Zishan, Amulya, Afsar, Lakshman, Lakshmi, Dibesh, Durga Kumar. Okay, 17 people have logged in. Suraj has filled in. Yogesh has filled in. Very good. 19 people done. Everybody do it, guys. Everybody do it. Push yourself. Push yourself. It's again accountability. So this is where it is accountability. Yeah, I will come. I will improve my counters on a daily basis. It will happen. Chalo, rest of the members quickly finish it. Puja is done. Animesh is done. Okay. 21 members in. If anybody is still pending on Zoom, we have like 25 people. I have two, so there are 23 people. I don't know whether anybody is double here. Vaibhav is done. Okay. 22. Okay, guys, continue publishing on LinkedIn. And why this LinkedIn related stuff now? As we go forward in future weeks, you will get more clarity about it. For now, just keep it. We want to summarize because that really builds up a nice knowledge sharing attitude from your profiles to the world. Okay. And rather than just putting things which does not really make sense or just time waste, if you start adding more value to the world, so your existence will start counting. The world will be happy to have you because you share what the world needs. Okay, so that's a really good thing to be. People unknowingly, you might just end up benefiting your people, your group members, your team members, your family members. So you have to become that light uh, in your surroundings. Okay, so become that strong foundation. Okay, no matter how much tough time gets, you will be able to stand up. Because guys, let me tell you, it is painful. And if your family cannot take care of themselves, so you need to become that strong. Okay, you can protect them no matter how tough the life gets. So koi na koi to khade na padega, right? You can take that. Don't leave it on others. Tough times will come in life, but you need to be strong. You need to face it. You need to deal with it. And for dealing with that, you need to have a rock solid mindset, rock solid habit. Excuses matter nahi karenge. Challenges, bring it on. So one person should be there in every family who has this fire in them. Then only they will be able to deal with challenges of life. Emotions will always be there, frustrations will always be there, heartbreaking will always be there, pain will always be there. But if you have the strength, and if you can be that strength for your entire family, that's what is required. Everybody broken will become very tough. Okay, so grow yourself, become more responsible. Fine, team, it's 10:00 p.m. and I wish you really well for your future, and I want you to massively succeed. And 10 years from now, 20 years from now, this world should really be happy because you lived. You did something for the world. You lived beyond yourself, not just your own desires. You contributed something of your existence, and you made other people smile. You made other people's life happy. Okay, and if you can do that, that's a life worth living for. And that's possible only when you grow and you have the right sense towards life. Okay. Thank you, everybody. And see you guys tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. And then tomorrow evening, 9 a.m. 2 more days to go, Thursday, Friday. And figure out charity करनी है. I'm getting it as low as पार्ले जी का बिस्किट किसी को देना है गाइस. अभी डोंट टेल कि ये भी हमसे नहीं होगा गाइस. As low as that. ठीक है. 1 रुपए का चॉकलेट देना है क्या? आई डोंट नो. वो भी दे दो किसी बच्चे को. दैट्स ऑल्सो काइंडनेस. चलो, थैंक यू ऑल. टेक केयर ऑफ योर